But they revealed a big graphic came up, and it's funny. It's like the Star Wars font, but it says Super Evil Megacorp. And I don't know what the point is, but anyway, they're also showing a bunch of partners that are partnering with Apple to make games and things like EA, the biggest name in video games and all that. So far, I'm not feeling an earthquake out of the Bay Area on this the Big Apple reveal. So I don't have any of their stock, by the way. I'm getting nothing out of this. All right, so the Islamic Caliphate threatening Twitter yesterday. It doesn't take a genius to find out where Twitter is. You find out where Twitter is. It's easy. And then also you find out that that Twitter employees are handled like Airedales, and they get their own little buses with Wi-Fi and coffee. They can live, and they're clogging up the roads in San Francisco at 5 a.m. With their gourmet burrito, Wi-Fi buses and the whole thing. And so the other thing that the reason Twitter is a target for the Islamic Caliphate is because they keep taking down their Twitter accounts. So according to the Islamic Caliphate, rather than writing their own software, God forbid they create anything, but rather than writing their own software, they're just trying to use Twitter, and they're mad because Twitter takes them down. And they keep changing the account, and the account lasts for 12 or 13 or 24 hours. And I tweeted out that thing a couple weeks ago. I got into it with one of the ISIS guys because they were tweeting out pictures of Chicago and Washington, D.C., and all this. And I replied to one of them, and I said, well, because they said, we are in your cities. Just wait. And I said, okay, well, I used to be in your cities, and I used to give free rides to paradise. How do you like my work? And it made it in these British newspapers and the whole thing. And I get, anyway, so the point is, they're threatening Twitter employees. And they said, quote, every Twitter employee in San Francisco in the United States should bear in mind and watch over himself because on his doorstep there might be a lone wolf assassin awaiting. Close quote. So how realistic is this? All right, well, so a former Marine in Phoenix, a guy of Syrian heritage, mustered out of the Marine Corps, and he actually went to Syria and fought for like a year. And when he came back, he posted a bunch of pictures on Facebook. One of the pictures showed him with a RPG-7 rocket launcher, rocket-propelled grenade. And the FBI prosecuted him for possessing a weapon of mass destruction. Now, an RPG is hardly a weapon of mass destruction, but the bottom line is the guy went overseas and he fought for the group that morphed into ISIS. So do these guys have a conduit to come back to the U.S.? Yes, they do. Do they know where Twitter is? Yes, they do. They have a beef with Twitter? Yeah, they do. They have a beef with Twitter. You know what else they have a beef with in Southern California is, let's say there's a company that makes drones.